So how do you make those quick, small cardboard hinges for your cardboard creations to either level up your cardboard models or add that extra bit of functionality that previously wasn't possible? Well, it isn't very hard, and in this video, I'm going to show you 2 ways to make these awesome cardboard hinges. So let's get into it. Hey, what's up? It's Eli Tennant with Maker Brain, helping you access and implement that creative Maker Brain side of you. And on this channel, I do tips and idea videos as well as tutorial videos just like this one. So if you're new here, consider subscribing. So method number 1 for creating a cardboard hinge just requires a couple pieces of cardboard. One, you're going to need the body of your hinge. That is going to be these 2 pieces of cardboard. They're actually white on one side. It's easier to see them. And then we have a small extra piece that's just bracing the ends together of our 2 cardboard pieces so that once we put our hinge in here, they're not all floating. So in the end, it'll look just like that. And for the hinge piece, I've cut it out to look a little bit like a saw. You could be doing anything with this hinge. But then you see right here, there is a cutout circle. So you don't even need to cut out a separate piece. Just trace out a nice circle on here. If you want to watch my video on creating cardboard circles and cylinders, you can check that out right there. But you cut out a circle, and then you should be left with this piece with a nice hole in it. You are then going to need this cutout piece, which should perfectly fit in here since they were once all one piece, and you just cut them apart. That is going to need to glue onto the body. It will look kind of like this. You can see all the functioning parts in there, and then we need to glue down this circle without gluing down the saw, and then glue this on. So just adding a little glue on here. So our base piece is complete. It's got the little circle on there and then the spacer, and now we just put in our saw hinging piece. That fits right over the circle that came out of it. And lastly, we have to glue down our top cover onto just this circle piece and here, and our saw will be locked permanently in there to hinge freely. This is the most tricky part of the entire build, gluing down this top piece without accidentally gluing down your hinging part. But once you have that through, it is complete. Alright, now we are on to method number 2. This one is a bit more durable and it'll last longer because instead of using cardboard as our hinge pin, we're actually going to be using a small rod. This could be like a piece of wire or any other small little tubes. You could probably even get away with a hot glue stick, although that would be a little bit interesting. And here I just have a old pen that died. I cut it up, and this rod is going to work very nicely. We have the body of our hinge is going to be this piece right here. This could be something like this whole gun here. The body would represent everything up here, and then the rest of the hinge is going to be like this section down here. So for the body, we're going to need to fold up the edges first, so let's quick do that. Alright, now the body is complete. So the key here is that these 2 wings go out just under the width of our pin. So the pin will be able to stick out slightly on either side once we make nice holes to get it through there. And then from there, we can attach something like a hinge like this to the outside of that pin, and it'll be able to rotate. Alright, there we go. I cut out a not so clean looking circle, and it fits our pin fairly well through it still, even though it isn't perfectly circular. And now we just need to make sure that our hole on the other end is lined up with this hole. So I'm going to stick the pin through and then make it as straight as I can by eye and mark the hole from the other side. Alright, now the second hole is complete. Once again, not quite so gracefully executed, but it doesn't really matter because we are going to be covering up these holes from the outside once we attach the other side of the hinge. So our hinge pin. In this case, that plastic rod from a pen goes right through the middle, and it can spin freely inside of there. Then we need to take some other pieces of cardboard to finish off our little hinge, however we wanted to do it. Alright, so I just finished the second little piece to our hinge, the outer cover, and it's just kind of like a fun little scope thing. It doesn't really serve any purpose, it's more just for demonstration, and it's going to glue right onto the outside of our hinge and fold down over here, and then we'll be able to flip it right up and look through it. So let's get gluing. Alright, so the second hinge is now complete. It can fold out and in. It's just this little like scope thing, and I think it's kind of fun. And it's a good representation of how this hinge can work. It'll open and close a whole lot of times. So that's how you make cardboard hinges, and if you have any other cardboard working questions, please comment them down below. I would love to answer them, or make another video addressing whatever issue you bring up. If you got value out of this video, be sure to smash the like button and click or tap one of the other videos right here, including that one on how to make cardboard, circles, or cylinders, because I'm sure if this video helped you out, then that video will also help you out. As always, I'm Eli Tennant, and this is Maker Brain. I'll see you next time.